Yo, what is up, guys? I know it's been a couple weeks since I've posted my last video, but as you're probably aware, Pokemon cards are particularly hard to find right now. But if you're new to the scene, rest assured, this is a pretty common thing to see after the fourth quarter of almost every single year. And with a really new hot set, Prismatic Evolutions right around the corner, it's probably going to take a little while for this to balance out, but I promise it will get better. But today we have an entire booster box of Surging Sparks, compliments of Rare Candy, who is the sponsor of today's video. Let's get into this thing and continue the hunt for the infamous SIR Pikachu. Alright folks, here we have it again. Compliments and shout out to Rare Candy for sponsoring today's video with a Surging Sparks booster box. The whole thing, all 36 packs. We're gonna rip it open and see if we can chase that ever-elusive Pikachu Special Illustration Rare. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll be happy to get any Pikachu, honestly, because I love Pikachu, so I'm happy to get whatever Pikachu this set feels like it wants to offer me. And today, as Rare Candy is our sponsor of the video, we will be scanning in every single hit from the box in the Rare Candy app to show the value, all of that cool stuff. So let's get right into it today. We're going to scan every hit. I'll talk a little bit more about Rare Candy a little bit later in the video here. For those that are unfamiliar with it, it's Leonhart's company. I'm sure you all know who Leonhart is by this point. You probably know. We've got a Miracle headset right off the rip. We'll go ahead and scan that in here in just a second. We've got a Lively Stadium and a Chien-Pao. All right, so for those that don't know, I'm going to navigate into the scanner right away here to show you what we're doing. I just opened up the Rare Candy app. This is right where it starts. We go right down to this little icon right here. Click on that bad boy, and it is ready for us to go ahead and scan the card in right away. We just tap anywhere on the screen here. Scan it in, it's identifying the card, and boom, 57 cents is what we have for our Miracle headset. Now going one step further, I'm not going to do this for every card, but just to show you a little bit more about the Rare Candy app, which is now available on Android as well as iPhone. If I want to add it to my collection of cards that I have on my profile, I can just hit add. It's adding it, boom, and I can post it to the feed. There's a nice little like social media kind of hub in this app. It's very, very cool, and it's free. So I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So that is what we'll be using today to check the value of our pulls. If that's something that you're into tracking, again, I don't base my openings off of the value of the pulls, but it's cool to know sometimes, you know, how much some of the cards that you're pulling are worth. Just a cool little factoid, you know, see what the valuable pulls are. Doesn't mean you're gonna go selling the cards. I don't sell my cards, but it's cool to know the value of them sometimes. We've got a Flapple, a Dedenne, a Bronzong, and a Dialga. So let me know, we're a little while into Surging Sparks, and I know, like I said at the beginning of the video, cards are hard to get right now. Cards are very hard to get. Surging Sparks was already a hard set to kind of get your hands on because of the Pikachu being a very big value card. The SIR Pikachu, that is. Let me know, though, if you've opened up some of Surging Sparks, and if you've pulled your chase card. Maybe you pulled the Pikachu. Maybe you don't even care about the Pikachu. A lot of people don't. Just let me know if you've opened up the set and kind of what you've gotten from the set. If you have, we've got a Scovillain EX. I know my buddy Ruthless is very into this deck right now, so shout out to him for that. Looks like we've got a 78-cent Scovillain. So we'll keep the whole tab open here. We can kind of scan in a bunch at once and kind of see the total of the amount of cards that we've gotten today. So let's see what that total is by the end of this box. Again, not because I particularly care about the value, the overall value of cards that we pull, but again, it is cool to just see that. It's cool to just put numbers on things, you know? Quantifying things is always it's not always a bad thing, I should say. I feel like I might give off the wrong vibe, like I think it's bad to like assign a price or a dollar value to cards. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's important to be aware of how much cards that you're pulling are worth. You know, just a good thing to know. But I don't think opening cards should be based on how much money you pull out of it and trying to get like a return on the amount of money that you spent on the cards, etc. That's as big of the spiel as I'm going to get into. You guys know where I'm at. I just open Pokemon cards because I love Pokemon. That's my spiel on the thing. But anyway, we've got a Colbur Berry, a Paldean Taurus. You don't need me ranting about it anymore. We've got a Terapagos, a Colbur Berry again, and a Gouging Fire. So another strikeout on that pack. But we're only just getting started. With 2 hits, we're going to see even the... it's been a while since I've, like, looked at the prices because I don't really keep up with it. I'm not, again, not into that. But even the gold Pikachu is still, like, over $100, which is actually crazy. We've got a Dino, a Chill Teaser toy, a Fluttermane, Bruxish, Sigilif, a Crocalor, and a Tapu Koko, so nothing there. But as I was talking about earlier, the Rare Candy app, super cool. If you go on there, you can follow me, PokeDubz, but with 2 Z's on the Rare Candy app. Follow me. You can keep track of my collection. It's been a while since I've scanned some of my collection in. I need to get to work on that, but you can follow me, you can follow other people, you can share your collection on there. It's just very cool. And we'll talk a little bit more about Rare Candy here in just a little bit. We've got Jasmine's Gaze, Shellos, Zweilous, and a Cofagrigus. I swore this pack had a hit in it, but we're just saving up. We got to do the build-up to the huge hit that we're about to get, the impending hits, if you will, of this booster box. So shout out again to Rare Candy for sponsoring this video and sending me this box today. We've got a Flittle, Blitzel, Shroodle, Kecleon, such a cool Pokemon, Meddling Memo, an Appleton, a Koraidon, Uxie, I just kind of bent the cards there, whoops, we got Bronzor, and we've got a Tatsugiri EX. This is a really fun kind of meme deck in the meta right now. Let's go ahead and scan it in with our Rare Candy app, get it in the frame there, and boom, take a snap. It's loading up there, and we've got an 80-cent hit. So far going on a $2.15 total. Now, if we were to do it in comparison to like what a Surging Sparks booster box is worth right now, I don't think we'd be hitting that value because Surging Sparks is, again, kind of a hard set to get. Every set right now is kind of hard to get for Pokemon TCG. But Surging Sparks booster boxes and stuff are valued quite high right now. So I don't think we're going to pull the value of the booster box, but I'll be curious to see what our total is here. We've got a Flapple, a Vigoroth, Armarouge, and a Gastrodon. Keeping the hits going. It's great to make another YouTube video. It's only been 2 weeks now, approaching maybe 3 weeks. It was before the holidays was my last video, but like I said, we didn't have any crazy set releases, no boxes dropping or anything. I haven't got to the point where I do, like, challenges with the TCG yet. I will, so stay tuned for stuff like that. But I just didn't have a lot planned, and now we're getting back into the swing of things. We got an Appleton illustration rare, absolutely incredible art, followed by a Terapagos. Let's scan this one in. We've got the Appleton illustration rare coming in at $3.97, so the biggest hit so far, giving us a $6.12 total, which is pretty impressive. Speaking of the scanner on the Rare Candy app, one of my favorite things to use the scanner for, honestly, and this is like a completely wholesome review. This isn't, I'm being held at a certain point to speak about things like this, but one of the things I like about the Rare Candy scanner is that when I go to, like, regionals and there's vendors and stuff, I do collect a lot of different types of Pokemon, so like Lugia, and it's hard to remember all of the cards that you have in a collection. So what I like to do is if I see a Lugia card that I am unsure of if I have or not, I'll scan it, and if I already have my Lugia collection added into my Rare Candy profile, it'll tell me whether or not I already have that card, which is really nice. Much better than keeping like a spreadsheet on your phone or something like that. I can show an example of that here in a little bit, but if I scan it in and I already have it in my collection, it'll say that there's already one in my collection, and it'll tell you that for reverse holofoils, regular foils, first editions, all of that kind of stuff. So it's really nice for stuff like that, because I have been known in the past to buy a double of like an uncommon version of a card or something that I'm trying to collect. So having the Rare Candy app be able to kind of log all of that stuff for me, keep track of it, and let me know whether I have a particular copy of a card in my collection is super, super helpful. So if collecting cards is your thing, in any capacity, the Rare Candy app is definitely for you. We've got a Kirano and an Eternatus, which I've seen. The Eternatus, I think, is pretty good in the Gym Leader Challenge or GLC format. So I'll be curious to see. I need to get back into building some GLC decks. It's been a hot minute. We've got a Stunfisk, a camera that won't focus, a Shellos, Dedenne, got a Mankey, Ceruledge, which I've been playing a lot of Ceruledge EX. Has nothing to do with that card, but Ceruledge nonetheless. Duskball, Rotom, Castform, Sunnyform, and a Black Kyurem full art. I actually don't think I pulled this full art, and I'm a big fan of this one. Such a sick-looking full art to add to the collection. Let's see what it comes in at. $2.77, giving us a grand total of $8.89. So not too bad as we keep trucking along here. We've got 5 hits, so typically I think in a booster box, I've said this many times, but anywhere from like 12 to 15 hits is usually kind of what I personally see on average, so we'll see if we can get up there. We've got a Watchroll, Excadrill, Quaxwell, Meddling Memo. We've got an Appleton, Koraidon, a Morlul, Grafaiai, and a Flamigo EX. With back-to-back hits, we can't complain about that. Give this one a scan. I can't see Flamigo coming in at anything super crazy. 45 cents. Kind of what I would expect from a regular double rare EX. But again, price aside, when you don't really care too much about the value, we got a hit. That's, at the end of the day, we got a hit. That's the fun thing, which reminds me, because I just recorded it just before this video. If you've been following along my brand new series, Coffee and Cards, where I open a pack of cards every single day for this year and probably beyond, I'm on an 8-day streak of getting no hits, so that's been really fun. Can't wait to see how long we can keep that streak going, which is not something I thought I would ever say. But yeah, we're gonna see how long we can keep a streak of getting no hits going as we get into the second to last pack of this half of the booster box. Really trucking along here as we've got a Grass Energy of my favorite energy types out of Scarlet and Violet, the Stellar Terra looking cracked energy is cool. I couldn't think of any other adjectives there. Capsakid, Sigilif, Dragon Elixir. We've got a Goldengo, such a cool Pokemon. Magnezone, Azumarill, Charcadet. This is a good Charcadet, and a Tapu Koko. Jumping into the last pack of this half of the booster box, we'll see if the right half of the booster box can be any better than the left half. Again, it's completely random. There's never a side that's particularly better or not. It's all just random. We've got a Drasna, an Esper, Watchroll, Espathra, Victini going in there with a Victory Cheer. We've got a Turtonator, Spheal just living its best life. We've got an Excadrill, and a Togekiss. Jumping into the second half of the booster box, we've got a pretty decent amount of hits, but nothing crazy. We've got one full art, which is pretty good. Surging Sparks has been pretty good to me in the past, so we'll see if we can keep the luck going with some more hits coming out of the second half of the booster box as we go into an Oranguru, a Vulpix, Drayton, coming in hot with a Wo-Chan live reaction. We've got a Meddling Memo, a Spupa, Donphan, and a Gastrodon. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to say it. Happy holidays and a happy new year to everybody on the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. We've got a big year planned here, lots of goals, lots of ideas that I'm trying to brew. I've said it before, I'm not the most creative person, which may or may not be a surprise to a lot of people, but I'm trying to brew up a lot of good ideas and things for the channel that go just beyond opening packs and things like that. So if you're here for just the general love of Pokemon, as we got a Clobbopus illustration rare, we've got a lot of really exciting things planned for the year. So let's go ahead and scan this guy into the app and see what we get for this IR. $4.16, bringing us to a $13.50 total so far. So yeah, lots of really cool stuff coming up. Lots of cool ideas. One of the more ridiculous ones that I have is to try to catch the shiny Lugia in every single game that it is available in. So if something like crazy like that sounds appealing to you, be sure to follow me over on twitch.tv/PokeDubzTCG, where I'll be streaming all of that stuff far before I would make a video on it, because that would take a very long... We're talking like a year of just playing video games. So we got a Flygon EX out of this second half so far, looking pretty good. Scan in our Flygon, which is a real deck. Flygon control is very real. We've got $1.04, so $14.54 so far. Looking pretty good on hits, but again, no special illustration rares so far. But we do have 2 illustration rares, so can't complain. 2 illustration rares and a full art, actually. 1 A-spec, so not looking too bad. We've got a Citadel, a Glimmet, Magnemite. These cards are kind of proving hard to pull apart here. Annihilate, Gravity Mountain. We've got an Alolan Dugtrio with a Trio Chihoo attack. We've got a Quaxwell, just a fun one to say. Guldengo, and a Palkia. So yeah, again, lots of crazy kind of out-of-the-box ideas, I guess, that I'm trying to come up with to keep things original over here while also still being genuine and real. I think that's probably the one thing that I, if I were to pat myself on the back a little bit, I think the one thing that I do have to offer that people have told me in the past is that the genuineness is one of the characteristics they enjoy about our content over here. So trying to keep that afloat as we go into a Zarude, while also trying to think of original ideas. You know, that's the hard part of content creation, is trying to think of things people haven't done. But it's not always the case to try to think of something brand new. So if you're thinking about creating content, I think doing things people have already done is totally fine, because you can still put your own original twist on things, even if somebody's already done it before. There's thousands of people opening packs online, but you're here watching this video for some reason, so I appreciate it. That's my spiel for now. If you're wanting to create content, just do it. Just do it, even if it's been done. I was worried about opening packs online, thinking nobody would be here, and here we are, 6,100 subscribers on YouTube with lofty goals. I'm planning to shoot past 10,000 this year, hopefully, so we'll see. But anyway, that's kind of my motivational spiel. Spiel. I didn't even mean that. for 2025, is if you're looking to do something different, or you know, out of your comfort zone, whether it's creating content or whatever, just do it. Starting is the hardest part, and just doing it is the way to go. We've got a Latias EX as another full art. We'll scan this one in. Sorry, I feel like I'm ranting a lot today, but that's what happens when I don't create a video for 2 weeks. We got Latias coming in at $6.24 there with our $20.78 total. So definitely not bad. But yeah, again, I'm just ranting about everything that's kind of on my mind right now. I don't script my pack opening videos or anything, so it's all just, you get you get the thoughts that I have currently in my head every single time I'm opening a pack. But that's the thing. I want to keep it more like just a conversation. You get the raw PokeDubz right here, my raw thoughts. So if you like that, thank you for being here. We've got a Quaxly, a Dino, and an Iron Crown. As we're starting to thin down this half of the booster box, it started out pretty good, though. We got an IR and a full art out of this side so far, so definitely not bad. We've got a Cititan, Shroodle, such a goofy little mon. We've got a Rufflet, Gimmighoul, Armarouge, so cool. Not as cool as Ceruledge in my opinion, but still cool nonetheless. A Azumarill, Meowstic, Graplocked, and a Milotic EX. This card is very annoying. I've played against it a few times on the ladder, and most of the time I do not have a good time. It's kind of control-y. We got a 79-cent total coming in there. So again, not money bags as far as it's concerned, but who cares? It is a double rare. It's a hit. It's a beautiful one at that. Milotic is a very cool Pokemon in my opinion. Especially since it evolves from Feebas, is a very cool, the glow-up is real with that evolution, if you will. We've got a Spheal, Capsakid, my hands are shaking all over the place. We've got Iron Bundle, Mousehold, such an incredible art. A Zangoose, also a crazy good art. Oh my gosh! We got the Hydreigon EX Special Illustration Rare. This is one I have not pulled yet. I know it's one of the higher dollar cards. Holy schmoly! We've also got a Gouging Fire. Give Gouging Fire its time to shine there. Oh my goodness. Look at that Terra border. That art is absolutely insane. So guys, this tells me I'm probably not going to get the Pikachu out of this one, but this is okay. I think this is the second most valuable card of the entire set, coming in at $83. I don't think that's the second most valuable, but still, $83 card, bringing us at $104.77. Absolutely crazy. One of the SIRs I did not have from this set. That is sick. We will 100% take that. Holy moly, that's so cool. So I've gotten that. I've got the Latios and Latios illustration rare and special illustration rare. Basically, on a pretty good roll with this set, aside from the Pikachus. I've only pulled the full art and the regular Pikachu EX. But other than that, with Surging Sparks, I definitely cannot complain. We've got a Capsakid, a Alolan Dugtrio again, and a Coffagrigus. Man, I can't believe we just pulled that. That's so hype, especially one that we're, you know, using Rare Candy's app to scan in, check it out. I'm definitely going to be adding that one to my collection on there. Probably all of these, but I like to take kind of an overall look at all of my cards to see what I've got, doubles of and stuff. But that is so cool. We've got a Shroodle, Surfer, a Registeel, Walrein, Togepi, we've got Oricorio, and a Chien-Pao. Thinning down the packs here as we dwindle down the second half of this booster box. It's good to open up a whole box of Surging Sparks again. Good to be here again doing videos. Next week, we've got Prismatic Evolution coming out, and I will be getting some from Zeke's Comics and Games, and I did pre-order some of the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, so stay tuned for that. We do have some Prismatic Evolution content coming your way. We've got a Landorus and a Landorus, which I'm pretty excited about. Very grateful and thankful for that. I know not everybody's going to be able to get their hands on Prismatic Evolution. I'm not a fan of how sought after this set's going to be. It looks like it's going to be pretty aggressive, and you know, I hope everybody's able to get what they want, at least something out of the set. But yeah, I will have some to open up here on the channel. We got a Goldengo, a Duskball, Tandemaus, Surfer, and a regular Pikachu EX. Hey, we'll take it. If there's one thing I'm good at this point, it is pulling the regular Pikachu EX, but it still comes in at a pretty good value here, $7.86 for that Pikachu, just the regular art. But that's definitely for a couple of reasons. Obviously, Pikachu being like the #1 poster child, if you will, of the Pokemon Company. Also, Pikachu, with its Resolute Heart ability, is an extremely playable EX. It basically causes it to not get knocked out, no matter what, as long as it doesn't have damage on it already. It's very, very playable. So, it being playable and just being the poster child, or poster Pokemon, I guess, of the Pokemon Company is a good reason for why it's so expensive. We got the beautiful Feebas illustration rare. That is so cool. I believe it's a connecting art with the Milotic special illustration rare. You can definitely correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's true. They connect together to make one art, which is really cool. This one also coming in at $7.85. So a really good assortment of hits here for this booster box of Surging Sparks, so it is not disappointing at all, which is so sick. This booster box has actually been sitting on my desk for a few months now, so I've had it since before the holidays, and then I left for traveling for the holidays, and we're finally getting to it, which is good because we were kind of on a drought for Pokemon cards anyway. We've got a Paldean Taurus, Blitzel, a Skarmory, and a Tapu Koko. But y'all, we've got 2 packs of this booster box left right now. This one has been an absolute blast to open up with you. Again, thank you so much to Rare Candy and Leonhart, basically, for sponsoring today's video, bringing us this booster box to open up with you guys. We've got a Wattrel, Semisear, Esper. We've got a Shellos. That is such a cute art. An Executor just running. Iron Bundle. Love that Pokemon. Mousehold. We've got a Charcadet and a Tapu Lele. And for our last pack of this Surging Sparks opening, will we remain at 13 hits or will we get another one for the pile? Either way, ripping that Hydreigon EX special illustration rare is so sick. I'm absolutely giddy about that one. We've got a Marill, Drillbur, Quaxley. Love seeing it. The Paldean starters are incredible. We've got Zangoose, Flapple, Annihilate, Jasmine's Gaze, a Watchroll, and a Passimian. Lastly, to finish this one off, we've got a Terrapagos. Guys, that's going to do it for today's Pokemon card opening. Shout out and thank you again to Rare Candy for sponsoring today's video. And we only just scratched the surface of everything that Rare Candy has to offer, so definitely be sure to go download the Rare Candy app on either iOS or Android today. Create your free account, and be sure to give me a follow when you get on there. Of course, if you did like the video, be sure to go down there, hit the like button, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this particular box of Surging Sparks. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But until the next one, guys, keep being awesome, as always, and we will see you then. Peace.